Picture this: you just got a big raise, yet somehow your bank balance still feels empty. You scroll through Instagram, you find friends, or you see your friends flaunting designer bags, driving luxury cars, going to dream vacations, and they own latest gadgets. And suddenly, your must have list grows longer and longer. Does this sound familiar? What if I told you that the key to true freedom isn't having more? It's in knowing when exactly that you've got enough. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why chasing infinite growth can actually shrink your peace of mind and how a simple mindset shift can set you free. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Wangui Muithathi, your personal finance and investment coach. In today's video, we're talking about how or why sometimes, no matter how much you work hard, no matter how much money you get, you still feel it's not enough. This insatiable wanting. Let's talk about it. Do you know how consumer culture sets you up for financial ruin? I bet you don't know. In a world that equates success to constant accumulation of stuff, more ultimately becomes the goal, leading you to things like debt, stress, and a life that you can't even sustain. Recognizing enough is your first defense against lifestyle inflation. When your spending climbs alongside every raise, your raise goes up and your lifestyle increases. You have to have risk management. And this is because chasing excess often means speculating on risky ventures. Think of gambling on hot stocks or something like unvetted cryptos that can decimate your safety net. True prudence in this instance prioritizes what it is that you need over the gamble for superfluous gains. Now, let's talk about how your ego can actually hijack your finances. This is where your ego fights with your wealth. We all want to look successful, but ego fueled spending on things like luxury cars or oversized homes can strain your finances. And sometimes selling these assets, when you take that humble step, it helps free up capital and it brings peace of mind. When you start comparing your life, you compare your life to other people. Comparing your life to curated social media highlights fosters endless wanting. You always hunger for more. All you need to do is shift the focus inward. Start measuring your worth by things like financial health and not other people's highlights or reels. Here is where your money meets your mental health. Overextension breeds anxiety. Things like credit card bills, maintenance costs, and loan worries. Learn to be content. You can do that by aligning your spending with genuine needs, which in return brings immediate peace. Your quality of life also improves. When you're not chasing the next purchase, you gain lots of time for important things like relationships, hobbies, and you can actually find time to rest. The true non-material riches that money can't buy. Yeah. Now, let's have a look at real world examples of misplaced priorities when your priorities are just wrong. Imagine someone who owns maybe 5 to 8 cars, but they're living paycheck to paycheck. Ego trapped you. Selling underused assets, in this case, could fund an emergency cushion or investments. Every dollar or shilling that is tied up in excess items that you own is money not in your savings, is money that is not paying your debt off and is money that is not growing passively. In simple terms, this is money you will never get back. So, how do we balance drive and discipline? You do this by having a mindful growth and philosophical wisdom. Ambition propels progress, but unchecked desires undermines security. Set clear boundaries, budgets, goals. You can also have fun money limits to ensure growth doesn't compromise stability. Okay? Stoicism teaches contentment as a virtue. Buddhism calls desire the root of suffering. These ancient truths remind us that moderation fosters freedom. Okay? So be in control. Finally, here are 3 practical steps that will help you recognize that you've had enough or that you have enough. 1. Needs versus wants. Before each purchase, ask, is this essential? Does it align with my long-term goals? Okay. 2. Financial check-ins. These are monthly reviews where you track your expenses, your savings rate, investment growth, because when you do this, you keep your reality in view. Okay? And 3, gratitude practice. Every day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Okay? Focusing on abundance shifts you from scarcity to sufficiency. Remember, contentment isn't complacency, it's clarity. To wrap up, when you know you're enough, you actually have the power to safeguard your finances and your peace of mind. By tampering ego and embracing mindful ambition, you build lasting prosperity that is beyond material trappings. I'm ongoing with Athi, your personal finance and investment coach, and I'll see you in the next video.